welcome back to my channel. So, still working on ideas. I just picked up 2 4-wheelers, decent price. We got a 2003 700 twin Sportsman 4x4, and we got a frame from one. This frame is completely shot. We have a Sportsman 500, and it's the high output. It's pretty much all together. The motor was bad. That's what put that at rest. This one I don't know the story on, but it's a good frame. So, common issues and mistakes, rookie mistake people make. Using the 700 twin, you think your shifter's stuck. It's not. See that down there? It's connected to the brake pedal. You got to push on that to release the parking brake. So it's a transmission brake. It's to safeguard it so you don't have a 4-wheeler go down the hill. So pretty smart, but common issues. If you don't maintain it, like this had happened, it'll get bound up and don't work. The shifter in the transmission actually works. And so at this point, it runs, but I'm not going to continue trying to start it because there's nothing keeping that shaft from turning. So it can jump into any which gear that it wants at this point through vibration. It doesn't have the locking mechanism to lock it in place. But it starts up, sounds beautiful. So the problem is, this frame is completely shot. I mean, you can get a look back here. I'll show you some more shit. But it's completely shot. And so, when you have enough of these here, side by side and all, you can't help but to come up with some more ideas. So, if I were to take that shock, that front hub, whole assembly, and mount it here. Take that shock, and that swing, upper and lower control arm, and mount it over here on this side. Jack this frame up same level as this, weld a bar straight from shock tower, and then cut this guy off, stick it in the center, and put a universal joint on it that then puts my steering over that way. As the more I start to talk about it, the more you're going to start understanding what I'm getting at. So, where the old foot area is, cut those off, but leave the tabs behind. Connect those two together. Means I'll be using the transmission. You can use the transmission out of here. It'll bolt straight to that. So cut that out of there. Here, down there, and move it in between. Take that whole entire bar. Right from that side to that side. From up here, down, and take it out and stick it in between the 2 frames. Then your transmission's down the center. Then line up your motor in behind it. And then leave some form of identification to what these 4-wheelers are, so that way if you ever get pulled up, you ain't getting stuck with some hot willy here. Ditch the seats. I got a Scrambler 400 over there that I can hack the frame up and continue cosmetically joining these 2 together. And then once you get them together, to provide you proper foot room, is you'll probably more than likely have to cut this frame. right in front of where the transmission is. All the way down, slide the back half back so the motor can go with it. Then this area becomes your foot area on both sides. And leave you a spot. Let me see, where is it at? To put this guy here in the center, in between. So then you have a shifter in between the two frames to shift the transmission. Haven't really decided if I was going to go complete with that, unless you guys want to see me merge two four-wheelers together to make my version of a side-by-side. This is just a little bit of mock-up just to show it can be done. Of course, you're going to have to extend your A-arms to get a wider, well, actually, you don't have to. But you will have to extend your transaxles, front and back, both sides. That way they'll play nice with each other. And so this is about how wide it's going to be. I'll step back here. That's about how wide it'll be. About the same width of a side-by-side. Split this in half. Put this half on that side, this half on this side. Then build in between. You can always plastic weld together to make it cosmetic. And then some roof support and all that. So don't mind that stuff that's back there. Okay, going through a bunch of stuff because we're getting ready to move to a house, so there's going to be some things out of place. So that's one project. Or just continue to take everything off of here, totally power wash that frame, make it totally clean, rust proof, and then repaint the whole entire frame so it looks great. And then take everything from here that's good, put it on there, and make one good bike. I love the way that motor sounds. That twin 700 sounds really mean. For the price I paid, I couldn't argue. Very little effort. I made it run. I got it to run faster because I didn't do a video on it. Here's the next episode. This four-wheeler I really love. This damn thing, I tell you, whew. Fucking cherry, buddy. I mean, look how nice and clean that motor is. The frame, shocks, everything. I mean, the metal, everything on here. Nice, shiny. A little bit of light scrubbing and power wash. Be like a brand new freaking bike. So what you're looking at here is a newer version of my work bike. Yes, that bike runs. That does everything around here. Pulls that street rod. You'll see it in one of my videos. My 31 Model A with the 1994 GMC Jimmy 4x4 frame. It pulled that car from over here. Pulled it here and pulled it right in here, no problem. Pulled my T-bucket up the hill here. Not a problem. That bike don't even break a sweat. That's an overall awesome bike. It's a between a 95 and 98 Suzuki Q.U.A.D. 300. Has, I mean, this features on this thing, I love it. Not only you have two-wheel drive, but you got four-wheel drive. You got four-wheel high, four-wheel low, and Ultra 4-wheel low. That's a powerhouse right there. That thing will pull the shit out of stuff. And then you can lock your front differentials. This is an overall nice bike. You'll probably seen it in one of my videos. It was the one where the piston was seized and the guy had, you see, for the pull start, I had to hand make a plate and seal it up because he snapped off the end of the crankshaft. So I don't want to pull start on this thing. If anyone knows what it's like to pull start this thing and it catches on, whoa, it'll bust your damn shoulder out of socket. And there's a Honda CDI box. You probably saw it in my video that I made it run with that. So it does start up. She runs. And that's why I like to call my shovel head. See there? The Harley Davidson shovel head. Well, I got a shovel head. And these damn lights, I tell you right here, these LEDs are bright as shit. But I'll tell you what, this little sucker here from Walmart, $20, man, that'll light up a whole damn field here. That's a badass little light right there. I thought it came with two of them, but it said two, but it's 1, 2. I'd like to give me another one of them and just mount it up here or somewhere. But it's got my snow plow on it. She plows just fine. Instant resolvement with the fuel pump. Screw that shit. See that gas tank back there? I fill that sucker up. It'll last me almost a whole day. And I never had that problem. Stays nice, steady idle. Doesn't do that loping, revving up and down. But this motherfucker, shoo, the price I paid for this, I'm too embarrassed to even say it. How nice this thing is. She had her little whoopsies, but I managed to straighten it out. She looked great. You can even see in there how new that looks. This is a 2008 Suzuki Q.U.A.D. 400 AS 4x4. And this damn thing, she started up instantly. Shit, I love the fact that Suzuki put the gas tank above the motor, so now it's gravity fed. That one is not. That one has a huge tank on it. I'll tell you, man, you ain't running out of fuel for almost a damn week. See that tank right there? It goes all the way down and across, comes all the way up to here and all the way around. And almost a 5 to 6 gallon gas tank right there. Excuse the wires, those are accessory wires and plus for my winch. When I get the time, I'll revisit and fix all of that. But this damn bike, I tell you, starts up. It's so smooth. It has original 800 miles on it. And everything about this damn four-wheeler is like new. I love the dual shock, the solid axle, drive shaft rear, drive shaft front. It pull starts, but damn it, boy, you have to do about 30 times before you get one fired up. Starter, oh, I love it. I love the changes that they made on this. The air box is a hell of a lot easier to get to and to take off. Don't mind, that's my little IV bottle for when I'm doing fuel. But air box is a lot easier, battery's a lot easier to get to. She's taken apart at this point because I'm doing some work to it. But she'll, man, right up. Not a problem. And when you put this sucker in gear, you don't even feel it go into gear. And they went with the snowmobile CVT clutch type kind of system belt drive. And that is so freaking smooth in there. That thing, when you go to that Polaris bike, that thing jumps when you put it in gear. This one don't. I love to have this as a twin 700 and have that same smoothness. And so Somebody has definitely got their use out of it, but they took very good care of it. I mean, this frame is just barely nothing wrong with it. It's got a little bit of an oil leak somewhere, but I haven't figured it out yet. I had a little bit of a whoopsie up in here, so I ain't gonna get into that. But everything about this bike, you put it in gear, and it's like a Cadillac. I mean, when you hit that throttle, and you just go in, just put it in gear and go, it has a very smooth, tame takeoff, which I'd never felt on any four-wheeler. This damn thing will snap your fucking neck when you try to put it in gear. But I love the fact that I could choose my gears. I could stay in that gear as long as I want. And I love the fact that she's a mule. She could pull a lot of shit. And, I mean, come on. I mean, look how old the bike is. I got the plastics for it. She's ugly, but I love that ugly look. That's my cool bike right there. She does everything I need it to do. Very reliable. Very dependable. Predictable. Something goes wrong, I know how to fix it. It's done. Same thing with this. Something happens to this, I can fix it. Done. Same thing with the Polaris bikes. I actually got two of those. I got this one, and I got the one up over here. And eventually I will get that fixed up. And so this is my deals with these bikes. And just couldn't ask for a better deal. This is a bike I seriously want to keep along with that one. And it's twin up over here. The twin up here has a little bit of issues. It smokes a little, but I'm fine with that. But damn it, it's a hard call. That 700 twin would make one hell of a damn buggy. Or do I want to sell that so I can fix this up real nice and keep this? Or sell them both. But I don't think I'll ever find me another good deal like this again. This thing is freaking awesome. I love the way it handles. I love how it takes off, drives. And the cool feature about what they've had with the older style and the newer style. This has, let me show you here on the cover. This is what all bikes have. RES, reserve. All bikes have on. Do you see an off anywhere? PRI. That's not off, but that's where you put it. For startup and to turn it off. So this is up. This right here will act like you're spraying starting fluid inside the carburetor, but you're using gasoline. So it pulls, instead of like with the older style, they use a pulsating fuel pump that would pull off manifold pressure from here that defibrillated a membrane inside of a plastic fuel pump and supplied fuel to it. So rather than them doing that, they merged it to where manifold pressure sucks it out of here. So fuel is constantly coming out through the back side of this hose, directly off the back, and there's another hose that connects to it. Then you have your main hose where that's constantly going into the bottom of the carburetor. So during your startup, real hard startup, you put your fuel enrichment enhancer. It's not a choke. What that does, it allows more fuel to enter into the chamber of the carburetor so it can start up easy. If you're still having trouble, you can put it to primary, for priming. So you're priming up the fuel. It'll prime the fuel to get it running, and then once that's taken over, you turn that to the reserve or the on position, whatever you decide to choose. Then you turn this off. Turn your fuel enrichment enhancer off. Choke is when you put your hand on the back of the carburetor, and it chokes it until it starts. Or a flap that closes in, behind the carburetor, closes it so it can pull fuel from the float bolt up and blow it into the motor. That's what a choke does. Fuel enrichment enhancer pulls fuel from a different port and comes up. It has the you have pilot jet, idle jet, and main jet. So I believe it'll be your pilot jet will be for your fuel enrichment enhancer, and idle is for idling between quarter to half throttle, then your main jet, then your wide open throttle. So, yes sir, it's a little bit of information there. A little bit more than what I was planning on putting out there, but when I hit a certain topic, I like to talk about it. I have the rest of the plastics, and so that's what I've been doing a little bit in the background, working on this. I done fixed 2 Polaris 500 high output 4-wheelers, and I've already got them sold. This is a parts bike that came in on one of the deals. And so there's too much good stuff on here. I really like to put 2 frames together, which is probably going to be this frame and this frame, put them together, and then I'll get another motor, throw it on here, and we'll make a cool buggy. But if I can't get a good price after I put this together and do all that work, and I'm not getting a good price tag for it, that will be turned into a nice AS700 twin buggy. And that's where we'll go. And so we'll have a winch in the front, winch in the back for universal applications. We'll do a whole bunch of good stuff. We'll ditch the headlight on the end of the handlebars, and we'll work it out to where it'll look cool. Haven't quite made out the design of how it's going to look, but we got a real heavy ass duty bumpers right there. There's the front one. That thing is heavy duty like you wouldn't believe. That damn thing, I swear, you can get a workout with it without using any weights. Just curl that son of a bitch every day and you'll be pumped no time at all. And so that's where I'm at with all this. We will come back to the Model A. We will come back to the T-Bucket. But this is a lot of shit I gotta move. I got my sheet metal lined up so I can better my buildings for when it goes to our house. And this homemade garage that I made, that's going to get taken apart. And that's going to be repurposed for in-housing my main 4-wheelers that I ride, and small tool area. And that's where the way that's going to be. But these 2 buildings, I don't know how I'm going to set them up when I get them over to the house. It does have 2 huge metal buildings that look like this, but bigger. And they're whopping size. And that'll be my pole barn to work out of. And I think I may just use all this sheet metal to surround it and make it closed in. So that's where I'm at. And y'all go on down and hit like and subscribe. And throw some comments down there. Let me know what you want to see. And we'll see if we can make it happen. So I thank y'all for coming in and watching. As always, get out and do something every day. You'll be glad you did. And I'm hoping when we get to the other house, I'll have some better and bigger and better looking projects to do from there and get a nice solid run on fixing this Model A and my T-bucket. There'll be my two main prime things on my target list to get done. So, y'all come on back and watch me. Y'all have a good one. I'll catch y'all later. See y'all next time.